I want to go right to Charles McCall, who is the Speaker of the Oklahoma House of Representatives. Charles, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great, Mr. Slater. Good morning to you.
Really, really good to talk to you. So we got a lot to talk about with Oklahoma, but let's start specifically here on this bill that you guys passed. That it says here, this headline, that the governor doesn't know if he's going to sign or not. So what is this bill y'all passed?
Well, it's an illegal immigration bill. I mean, with the inaction of the Biden administration, every state in the country is a border state these days. And Oklahoma and its leadership has decided we need to take action and pass the strongest illegal immigration bill that we can, that will meet the federal court's muster. And so that's what we've done this week. It overwhelmingly passed out of the House of Representatives along party lines, but we have an 81% supermajority, a Republican supermajority in the state of Oklahoma, and a conservative supermajority in the state of Oklahoma. So legislation, Mr. Slater, just basically we have basically created a new definition called impermissible occupation in the state of Oklahoma. And if you're not legal to have permission to be in the state of Oklahoma, you'll be charged with a misdemeanor and a fine and given 72 hours to leave the state of Oklahoma. If you refuse to do so, the second offense is a felony and punishable by imprisonment. And that the bill also preempts any city in our state from becoming a sanctuary city. We think this is going to be a piece of legislation that will deter illegal immigration in the state of Oklahoma, and we believe it has the chance to be model legislation throughout the southern region and the United States regarding illegal immigration, and hopefully will press the U.S. Congress to take action and secure our borders and enforce our immigration laws.
Impermissible occupation. Who is deemed impermissible, and by whom are they deemed impermissible? Well,
that is a definition that will be enforced only by the state of Oklahoma. We will exercise our 10th Amendment rights under the United States Constitution. And if you do not have permission to be here, if you're not a U.S. citizen or somebody who is here documented with a passport or a work visa, you do not have permission to be in the state of Oklahoma.
I remember making this argument a long time ago, and I don't know where it stands now in the courts, et cetera. But you mentioned the 10th Amendment. The Constitution says that the federal government, so the states created the federal government. So the states said, hey, feds, you're in charge of naturalization. So you're in charge of who becomes an American citizen and how one becomes an American citizen. But the Constitution doesn't say anything about we're giving to you, feds, who is allowed to be in our state or not allowed in our state, immigration authority. Is that how you guys see it?
Absolutely. And if the federal government's inaction does not preclude that our individual state from taking its own action to protect its own citizens and to ensure that our state's borders are secure. And Mr. Slater, we have a lot of things. We have a lot of issues within illegal immigration in the state of Oklahoma. We have cartel activity. We have fentanyl trafficking. We have illegal marijuana grows in this state. Now, our people did vote in a medical marijuana program a few years back, but that has brought in the worst elements across the world into our state to try to exploit our natural resources and our people. This is an effort to protect Oklahomans and keep peace and prosperity in our state.
So to be clear, Oklahoma, you are not defining what is a citizen. You're just declaring that if you are not one, then you're not allowed to be in this state. Who turns someone in? Is it because remember a couple of years ago there was the Arizona law that there was a ton of freak out about and was shot down, and that they called it the "Show Me Your Papers Act." Are you guys going to be Are police going to be stopping brown people and asking for their papers?
No, racial profiling is illegal and prohibited in the state of Oklahoma, and anyone currently can make a referral to the police that they think something is not right, but law enforcement will not. Will only be conducting, if you're speeding, if you're breaking the law in some way, only would law enforcement intervene. But we will over time, over the course of keeping the public safe and law enforcement doing their jobs, they will come in contact with certain people that are here without permission, and they will be required to leave. They will be documented in our law enforcement database, and if they return, it will be a felony on the second offense.
Yeah, so you're not deporting anyone either. You're just saying you have to go.
That's correct. We looked very closely at Texas's Senate Bill 4 that the Fifth Circuit overturned, and what sections of that bill they overturned. One of those is the state's ability to deport someone, and so that is not in this bill. But we will we'll discourage them from staying here in the state of Oklahoma illegally, and if they don't comply with that, we will take action to elevate that to a felony, and which could be punishable by imprisonment.
Why is your governor reluctant, or at least made it seem reluctant, to sign this bill?
I think the governor will sign the bill. I think he's. I'm not sure what reporting outlet has suggested otherwise, but by all indications, with my conversations with Governor Kevin Stitt, he will sign the legislation. Okay. The bill sits in the Senate, and the Oklahoma Senate, and I believe they will have their debate and vote today, and then it will be on to the governor, and I believe the governor will sign the bill.
All right. This is a big deal. How is this different than well, it is different, but in effect, why not do something like what Florida did, which was an E-verified law? Why do this? Seems a step further.
Yeah, and this one of the other things one of the other avenues that we wanted to explore with this legislation as an outcome with the failure of Senate Bill 4 from Texas is Senate Bill 4 spent a lot of time authorizing and giving immunity to law enforcement who wanted to basically step in the shoes of the federal government to keep them safe and without any retaliation or retribution from the federal government or anybody. Our approach with this bill basically just enhances what we already have the right to do, which is enforcing civil and criminal trespass. And so our approach is giving, our law enforcement is already trained, already immune, and is authorized to enforce civil trespass. And impermissible occupation is just a step further of that, and defines who does not have permission to be in the state. So we think it's very simple. We think it's well defined, and we know there will be a court challenge, but we have spent a lot of time with some other conservative groups crafting this piece of legislation, and we believe if the other states around Oklahoma, in this region and throughout the country, adopt this language, it's going to deter this type of activity throughout the United States, and or force Washington to take some action.
Yeah, I'm talking to Charles McCall. He's the Speaker of the Oklahoma House of Representatives. Surely there's people against this. Business interests I'll focus on first. What about farmers? What about chicken factories? What about construction crews who rely on these illegal aliens for their businesses? What do you say to them?
I say we have immigration laws in this country, and everyone should follow them. And there are plenty of ways for migrant workers to be in this country legally. We just need to follow the law and make sure those people are those workers are documented. I understand we've got the best economy in the world. Everyone wants to come here. I think our country has always been welcoming throughout its existence, but we have a set of laws and a path to be here to work, and we also have a defined path for citizenship if you want to seek that. But cutting corners and being here illegally and not doing it the right way, it cheapens the whole system. And those who have come to this country legally and obtained their citizenship, this illegal immigration, it just cheapens that process. And quite honestly, there's plenty of people that live here in the state of Oklahoma who have naturalized that don't like illegal immigration themselves because they did it the right way, and they think everybody else should do it like they did.
Who's going to pick the cotton in Oklahoma, sir?
Well, we have those farmers and ranchers have combines and other pieces of equipment to help them, and they also they should all be very well be knowledgeable on what the processes are for somebody to be here with legally with a work visa.